guys, what's happening? Here's the 1956 Gulfgate Mall. It was the first shopping mall in the Houston area, and I built all original 5 anchors, including W.T. Grant's, which is a merchandise store, J.J. Newberry, sort of a discount store, sells everything you need, a Weingarten Grocery store, then a Sakowitz, which is a nice premier luxury store, and Joske's, which also was very nice and very big. It was the biggest store. So we're going to do a full-scale tour. I'm going to show you the inside, the outside, and all the in-between. First, we're going to do a quick lap. And also, if you want to skip to each anchor or just hurry up and see the interior, I'll have the timestamps in the description, so do not fret for that. So let's continue. Let's do a little lap here so you can get a good scope of the size of the mall. All right, there's the entrance from the parking lot facing the front. Those little flagpoles right there in front of the Joske's. And Joske's, it was a big place, really big. Here's a little service tunnel. There was a elaborate underground part to this mall that I didn't get to make because I found out about it a bit too late. But I included the service tunnel just as a nod off to that. So yeah, that's where the restaurant is of the Sakowitz. There's a lot of cool stuff to show you in that place. So let's keep going. And there is a little place you can get your car valeted. It was very, very nice place. Okay, this is near the back of the location. There, that part is in roof. This was open. This was originally an open air mall. Then it was open air, but in 1967 it became like an enclosed mall with air conditioning. So this is that version, the version with the enclosure. And this is the grocery store right here. And there's the front part of the grocery store, and let me show you the sign that's on the top of the store that faced the back of the store. In case if you were at Sakowitz and you were like, this was a nice shop, but I wish I could buy some groceries. Oh, then you see Weingarten's right there, and you're good. So let's continue. There's nothing in those. I didn't feel like adding anything there. So, but those were, I believe there was some storefronts there. There was a post office. I did make the post office at least. And here's the J.J. Newberry right here. I believe it's the third biggest store of the location. Yeah, so that's the entire scope of the mall from the outside. And there's another view of the parking lot, and let's go in to the first anchor, W.T. Grant's. Okay, so yeah, this is the inside, so just different sort of merchandises of the era, of the time. Yeah, so there's a bunch of clothing. And a lot of these photos, there's a handful of photos of this mall online, so a lot of this I had to make up. There's no video. This mall was open for 46 years. There's no video at all of this mall. Not even the parking lot, nothing, not construction. So a lot of this was just imagination and scrapping a handful of photos that I can get. So yeah, they had some stores on the front. I added those. But mostly it's just I made clothing stores, and since I had to make up a lot of stores, there are some stores that I saw through photos that were actually there, but for the most part, mostly made up. Yeah, so this is like they sell crates and stoves. But the store coming up next here was a Walgreens. I did see that in the photo, so I kind of got that right. This is what the Walgreens looked at the time. Kind of had that kind of style. Again, Google Images is my best friend when it comes to this kind of stuff. Right? Just Google, straight up Google image. And there's also, you can get really cool photos of old places via using digital libraries that certain states and universities keep online. So a lot of juicy photos are found with those. So I use that from time to time as well. So there's the fountain. And let's go in. Let's go into the interior and show you what's happening here. Okay, so this is the main entrance right here. Learn to close these doors. Okay, and the restaurant is to the left. Let's go into there. Yeah, so there's a little bar area, a little restaurant area. See a little dessert counter right there. You're going to see a lot of funky 60s colors in the different locations of this mall because that's the style of the time. And here's the entrance to the Joske's near the front entrance of the mall. And here is the first store we're going to look at. There, you see the little mannequins. All right, and here's the main area of the mall right here. It's pretty nice. A lot of plants. So yeah, that's a clothing store. I made this part an electronics store. Sells little old school TVs. This is a perfume store, and that's just some random place. I didn't really make anything out of it. And here's the Baker's Shoes. Baker's Shoes, I believe, is still in business, and I saw in a photo that this store was located near this part of the mall. So this I believe it was actually legitly there. So yeah, next to it is a little kids store right there. And you got your paints, you got your paintings, your art. I believe this is the longest corridor of the mall right here. It's going to lead to two anchors. The W.T. Grant's, what we just saw, and the J.J. Newberry coming up. And here's pants right there. Pants store, everybody. And there is a jewelry store. Just another look at there. And there is sell jukeboxes, radios, I guess. And this is supposed to be a pitiful attempt at a Woolworth. I don't know why it looks like that. Again, this place actually captures my building growth, like my Minecraft build growth, because this is like, this area was like the first part I started, what we just seen, all the stores. So slowly over time, you'll see how things just kind of get a little bit better over time, a little bit more better theme. And here's the J.J. Newberry right here. I like this store. It's the funkiest of the anchors for sure. With the red and green. So this is the women's department, women's clothing. If it has that gray face, that means it's a mannequin. A mannequin. Okay, there's a little jewelry right there. A little cafeteria. Cool thing about a lot of department stores of this era and time, cafeterias were pretty much everywhere. Places you could eat and then you could shop. It was all in one. I mean, you can kind of get that now with like Nordstrom's or really nice places, but you don't see it in like a JC Penney's or Macy's. So yeah, it's a really cool thing that they used to do back then. A lot of snack bars and stuff like that. All right, upstairs, this is the men's and magazines, and some little offices back there. Fun fact, where that office is, there's nothing there. I built nothing there. So right here is going to be all the men's, boys, all that, all under one area, which is at the second floor of the mall, of the store. So yeah, that's essentially the J.J. Newberry's. It used to look way uglier than this. when I first built it, I couldn't sleep at night. I had to like remodel the whole place, and I think it looks a lot better than what it originally did look like. So yeah, so this is just the corridor. It's pretty cool. It had that orange, just very of the times look. So yeah, there is another random store. And here's just another store right here. Another interesting fact, I've actually been in this mall. I've been in it in the late 90s. I remember going to it, but I have no memory of actually being in the mall. Maybe I used to go to malls in the 90s like all the time. So I have a lot of different memories of different malls. Maybe that memory is there, but I don't remember actually being in the mall. I do remember going to it though. So yeah, this is like that's like a little, I guess, ice cream place. Buy ice cream. So let's look down the hall right there. Pretty long corridor. This is a Chandler's. I saw that in a photo, and I believe it was a restaurant, so I made it into a nice little swanky little restaurant right here. Another interesting fact about my history with this mall, it closed in 1999 and was demolished in 2000. So there was a year gap where this mall just stood abandoned. And yeah, this part right here is that's actually, I saw that in the picture too, and it was a jewelry store. So that's why this part looks so, that's front looks so like really detailed, because I actually got to see it and model it. And this is just a kid's place. Well, anyways, about like it stood for a year, you know, abandoned. And we would drive past this mall every week for like a year, and I would just see this building. I have so many memories of just driving past and just seeing its final year before it got demolished. This mall looked pretty pitiful. Like it was old. It was white and gray because they repainted it. It just looked it needed to be torn down. I was probably like a young kid, really young, but even I knew as a kid, like, somebody needs to knock this place down. It didn't look too good, but this right here, this is the glory days right here. I recreated it. It's glory days. As you can see, there's people, there's life. It's nice. It's nice now. So, yeah, this is the post office right here. It's a little cramped. It's all right. It's fine. And that's the service desk. Ask that guy, you have any questions, see any suspicious shoppers, come on. Yeah, hit him up. He'll tell you what to do and what he'll do. Probably won't tell you what he'll do, but yeah, so that's it. So the grocery store, which we're about to go into, there is no entrance from the inside, so you have to actually, the only way to get into it is you got to be in the parking lot. I saw that through blueprints of the layout of the mall, so I just went with it. So yeah, this is the front of that. Let's go in. And there was only one entryway, one exit way. And here's the vegetables and the bread, the meats. Let's get another look at the vegetables and the bread and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you can see as the style is very funky, very 60s. 50s, it's all the same. Looks good. And those are supposed to be grocery carts right there. Pushing those. Back here is a little eating area and a service desk. Got little plants. There were a lot of plants. There were a lot of plants in like different stores. The plant usage was pretty big back in the day. Plants were hanging from the wall. You don't see that no more, but yeah, and those are the registers. Gave them little funky colors, groovy colors, looks nice. I like this place. I wish stores looked like this now. Not blocky, but color-wise, it's fun. All right, so that's the grocery store. So let's go back in. We got at least 2 walls of just storefronts, and then the 2 big anchors are coming up pretty soon, so let's get there. Let's get to that. Let's see this end right here. go all the way here. That little yellow thing right there is supposed to be a trash can. Those are trash cans when you see them. Okay, and now this is the wall right there. And here is a candy store. Buy all your candies. There's a little girl store right there. And here's just like a really chill kind of bookstore. Put a little thought here in the design of this place. Okay, and there is another store. Here's a little storefront right there. Sell little pots and whatnots. Trash can store apparently, but yeah, that's that place. And here's the Barbershop right here. Got a cool little style to it. Yeah, that place is pretty cool, pretty swinging. Okay, and there's a look down that hall over there. Okay, and here's just a magic bookstore. Magic bookstore, everybody. Now coming down here is going to be just a shoe store. And as you can see, this is the Joskes. You can see a little displays of mannequins they have in the store. And here's the pants store. Get all your pants. Get your pants here. And there's the entrance to the Joskes. The main entrance from the interior of the mall. And here's a big furniture store that I decided to make it out of. So there's that. Let's go in. Okay, and there's another store right there. Very nice, very cool. Looks kind of like the Baker's shoe store. In this part right here, there was no ceiling to this part right here. So yeah, on the photos I saw when it was enclosed, this part was open. So yeah, there's no ceiling on this part. I guess it was just kind of outdoor, kind of enclosed area right here. Right, and there's Sakowitz, which we will be going in pretty soon. So let's go. All right, and here comes the Sakowitz. This was a nice store. This is the last store when I was building. I built the Joskes before the Sakowitz, because the Sakowitz is really nice, and I wanted to add some details, nicer details to it. Okay, so yeah, that's from the mall entrance right here. And again, all the layouts you've seen of the anchors, I made them up. Again, there's no photos of the mall during this time or any of the anchors, so this is just all made up. But the styles are from photos of the store, but different stores, so that makes sense. So different locations, and I just incorporated that and added it to how I would think it would look at the time. But yeah, this is the main area. That what you just saw was the women's clothing. Here's the jewelry and all that. Yeah, I really like the jewelry section. It was the first section I made of the location. And here, before we go there, there's another look of the entrance. That's the main entrance to the parking lot. And here's where they would sell hats. This place was very kind of display looking, like it looked like a museum. That's how the nice stores used to look back. It looked like basically a museum. It didn't look like a bunch of just clothes. It was just like little hats on displays. It was really, fancy. Highly recommend everybody to look up these anchors after the video and just see. They were beautiful. They were nice, especially the Sakowitz. Pretty much 100% the Sakowitz, because that was the nicest one. So here's the salon right here. What you just saw over there was where the hats were. A lot of pretty big hat space over there. But this is the salon, and right here is just the kind of the bar. You know, goodies. You can buy, I don't know, cakes and stuff like that. Food, nice food. So yeah, this is just the relaxed area, because when you're rich and you're shopping, you want to drop there because it's very nice. And here's the restaurant they had right here. I modeled this restaurant after the photo I saw. So I got what's up, you know. So yeah, this is what it looked like. It was nice. It's a nice place. Had a little statue right there. I believe there was even a statue and a fountain kind of combined. Yeah, it looked very nice. So yeah, that's basically the entire first floor. So let's go to the second floor, where the men's, the home good kind of things like plates, which is right here, and the kids are. So the kids is down that hall, and here's the little poster where the plates and all that kind of home stuff would be at. You know, you would sit there and be able to analyze how nice it is. And there's a service desk, a register for the second floor. And this is like the men's kind of lounge area where you can get a nice view of the roof, the lower roof of the Sakowitz. So if you're in the roofs, you can just look at that. And so here's the men's part right here. Again, this is the photos I saw, and I ran with it. When doing this, you have to use a lot of imagination, as you could imagine. So yeah, there's that. And this is the shoe area for the men's. All right, here's the kids place. That's the boys and girls, and this is where I guess what the toys and other kid things of that time would be at. Okay, and that's essentially Sakowitz. That's everything in the Sakowitz. So let's go to the Joskes. Let's get some shots down the hall. You run all the way to the very end right there. Clean little run right there, door to door. Okay, so we have a little fountain at the end of the mall, and there's the other exit towards the parking lot to the Joskes. Now this Joskes was 3 levels. This is a 3-level store, and there's a little display right there. Very, very nice. This was a 3-level store, so let's jump down to the bottom level and see what's Joske's is all about. Again, there's a service tunnel where your trucks would take all their freight inventory for the other stores to pack it, to restock and all that. So yeah, so this is the bottom floor of the Joskes. Huge. This place is huge. This place was huge, okay? It was big place. It had a nice parking lot too. It had it's pretty good. It was a pretty good attraction, I imagine. Joskes was actually bought by Dillard's, so this was the Dillard's of the day. And Sakowitz was like Neiman Marcus. So anyways, yeah, so this is the first floor of Joskes. This is the bamboo room. So the first floor is going to have the restaurant, which was called the Bamboo Room, and there's no photos of the Bamboo Room, so I designed it how I thought it would look. So it's going to be the restaurant and just furniture, and then the kids' place. So yeah, that's another look at the Bamboo Room. This is where they sell different furnitures and chandeliers, lamps, and things like that. That's the elevator right there. I'm sure the other places had elevators, I just didn't add them. And here's where the nicer furniture is at, right here. And there's where the furniture is, just your standard furniture and stuff. And right here is going to be the kids, where the kids' toys and stuff is at. Okay, let's go up the escalator to the men's section. So the men's, the cosmetics, magazine place. It's all up here, so that's the cosmetic place right there. Cosmetics, and as you can see from that entrance right there, how it's like below. That's how I had to build it, because in creative mode you don't get an endless, seemingly endless under earth. It's only like 5 blocks deep, so I kind of had to like push that push this floor up, but lower it so you can get into it from the bottom, which I think I could fix if I just need to create more ground, so a base to build the mall, but I just didn't do that. So that's the shoes right here. That would be the shoes, men and women's shoes. Yeah, so that was the men's right there. So let's go up to the last floor, the final floor, and that's the women's and the kids and toddlers. So women's clothing right here. It's called the catwalk. By the way, this whole floor layout, I read it in a article. So the floor layout, not the look, but where things were located is, I think, pretty accurate, because it said that this is where the men's is, and this is where, you know, this is how I found out all about the restaurant and all that. So that was able to, at least that's accurate. As for the layout, that's real shot in the dark. But in a few photos I saw Joske's had little white and gold trims in it, so I just ran with that, as you can see. So here's the kids and a service desk. So this is going to be the girls section right here. And then over here is going to be the boys, and then the toddlers is right in front of all of them. And that's essentially it. That's it. So yeah, that's the Joske's. It's pretty cool. Yeah, if this looks like it took a lot of work, it didn't really feel like it. This is just my version of your 200 hours of Red Dead Redemption 2. I really enjoyed doing this. So, like, please subscribe if you want to see more content like this, because this is not the last place huge epic build that I will be making. So I have an Amazon wish list of places I would love to recreate. But first I'm going to just kind of watch other builders and like learn different techniques and how to make things a little bit more detailed looking. Yeah, but essentially that's the mall. It took me a month and a half to build, but I think I could cut that down if I actually have a goal every day of what I want to build. I kind of just built this like willy-nilly, like whatever I felt like it at the time. So let's, the last shot, let's get on the roof here and get a good view of the mall. So like I said, please like, comment, and subscribe, share the video, and see you guys later.